Are you still carrying your school days around with you? I know I was, until very recently. We all have roles at school. Some people are like the cool kids, or the hard kids, or the sporty kids, or the arty kids, or the academic kids. There can be some crossover. You can be a hard, sporty kid. You can be a cool academic kid. You can be a cool arty kid. And if you're none of those kids, you're kind of just making up the numbers. And that was kind of where I was. Kid with greasy hair and a sleepy eye. Not particularly academic, not sporty, certainly not cool, not arty. I even played the flute. Who plays the flute? We had a sort of music test with Mrs. Spooner, and anyone who did well in the music test could say if they wanted to play an instrument, and for some reason I said the flute. Not the saxophone or, the trumpet. Now, saxophone's cool, the trumpet's not quite as cool. They're both much cooler than the flute. So I was quiet, shy, greasy-haired, sleepy-eyed boy who played the flute. Yeah. I mean, I tried, When Mr. Caswell was looking for someone to join the house rugby team, he needed a prop forward. We were in assembly one time and he needed a prop forward. For some reason, I put my hand up. And he went, Sketchley. Okay. And as we were leaving assembly, my mate Ginger Kev, he said to me, do you know what a prop forward is? I said, no, not really. He said, you know those guys at the front of the scrum who've got cauliflower ears and have their heads held together with tape and stuff like that? They're the prop forwards. And then there was girls. Now, when I started the school, there was only 2 years. There was the first year that was mixed, and the year above was all girls. So there was a very high ratio of girls to boys. Did I get a girlfriend? Now, I didn't realise until very recently that I was carrying all this with me, all this stuff from school. Just appeared in my morning pages in front of me as I was writing. Not on one particular day, in one particular session, but over a period of time. It just kind of emerged between the lines almost, I think. And I kind of realised I was still trying to prove something to the kids at school. And maybe an ex-girlfriend or two. So there I was. Or maybe I wasn't. Not in any of these groups. Trying to fit in. Not having much success. But trying. That's all we want to do. Especially when we're at school. We want to fit in. You don't want to stand out. That's how fashion works. That's how gangs work. That's how subcultures work. You find your tribe and you fit in. Now, without realising, when I left school, I carried all that with me. Now, in one sense, it was a motivator, I think, but it can also be pretty negative as well. Now, the key to shedding all this excess baggage that we can be carrying around with us is self-awareness. And in midlife, it's the kind of thing that if we gain self-awareness, we can have the strength to let go because we don't care anymore. In midlife, we recognise that a lot of things don't matter, and this can be really liberating. We embrace the comfy shoe, the fleece jacket. We can recognise that what other people think of us actually isn't that big a deal. Recognising that those things and those people from the past don't matter anymore can be really liberating because you can just let them go. You can just be who you really are, who you want to be. The trick is just finding out who that is. Now, I gained awareness by writing things down, being honest with myself and recognising the patterns in what I was writing down, especially what I was writing down repeatedly, what came from the page over and over again. Now, that page, it's non-judgmental. It doesn't answer back, doesn't care. You can say anything you like. And that's the magic of it. You can see the old narratives, the baggage you're carrying. Struthless said on one of his videos, when he wrote it down, it just didn't seem as powerful anymore. And writing things down turns assumptions and made up stories into choices. You can choose what you're going to leave behind and what you're going to take forward. You can write your life. Writing things down makes them real, and that means you can let them go. So what I'm going to do here is give you another little exercise if you want to try it. So say there's something you are carrying with you, something you don't like about yourself, or an incident from the past. So this might be something that has a bit of a shard to it that you would like to just leave behind. What you do is you write that down on a piece of paper, and then you tear it into pieces and throw it in the bin. It can sound a bit stupid, but trust me, it works. Try it. What's one thing you wish you didn't carry with you from your school days? Write it down, tear it up, and throw it away. You can write the story you want.